What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 2023 South Point 400 entry list. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. We're going to start talking about the one car for Trackhouse Racing. This, of course, is being driven by Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain is coming off a very strong performance at Auto Club Speedway, dominating and nearly leading 100 laps in the race, but finishing third. The last few times he raced in Las Vegas as well, Ross Chastain has dominated and had the best car in a lot of those races. Ross is going to be looking to win his first race of the 2023 season and get his first win of 2023. Up next, how about the two car for Team Penske? This course is being driven by Austin Cindric. After a not-so-good run at Auto Club this past week, he looks to have a much better performance this upcoming week at Las Vegas. We'll see what Austin can do in the two car, and he looks to have a really great run this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the three car for Richard Childress Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Austin Dillon, the 2018 Daytona 500 winner. Austin Dillon's coming off a pretty solid performance at Auto Club, finishing in ninth. Looks to have a really good run and build on that momentum. He's had a really good start to the 2023 season and looks to continue to have a really strong West Coast swing this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the four car for Stewart-Haas Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Kevin Harvick, the 2014 NASCAR Cup Series champion, and also the winner of multiple races at this track as well. Kevin Harvick will be running his second last race at this racetrack. As I mentioned, this is the final time Kevin Harvick will be racing here until the fall. Kevin Harvick looks to have a great run, finish in the top 5 at Auto Club, and will be looking to have a great run this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports? This course is being driven by Kyle Larson. Now, Kyle Larson had a great run. Unfortunately, had a not-so-good run at Auto Club Speedway, where he unfortunately ended up finishing in 28th or 29th position after some electrical issues and some engine issues in the race. He looks to bounce back. He almost won this race last year in the spring in 2022, and also has won here in the past, got his first win with Hendrick Motorsports in 2021 as well. Kyle Larson looks to be really strong in this event. I think Hendrick's going to give him a fast car. I expect Larson to have a great run this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 6 car for RFK Racing? This, of course, being driven by team owner Brad Keselowski, who's a 2012 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Brad Keselowski had a great run at Auto Club this past weekend, finishing in 7th position, running a top 10 a lot, and overcoming a speeding penalty. No, a spin, I should say. He was very quick, showed a lot of great pace and a lot of great speed. RFK had really good pace, and I think Brad Keselowski could be a factor for a good run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 7 car for Spire Motorsports? This, of course, is being driven by Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie had a pretty good run at Auto Club Speedway, came back from a spin, and finished in the top 15. I think Spire Motorsports is really trying to show their stuff and really starting to show their stuff, and I think that you're going to see Corey LaJoie have a pretty good run this weekend in Las Vegas. He might contend for another top 15 finish. He's had a very solid start to the year, and looks to have a good run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 8 car for Rich Schultz Racing? This, of course, being driven by Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is coming off picking up his first win of the 2023 season and also his first win since Bristol Dirt last year. Kyle Busch has won this track in the past back in 2009, but it's been a very long time. He also will compete in the triple header this week and run the Truck Series race, the Xfinity Series race, and the Cup Series race as well. He's right now the favorite to go back-to-back. I think he's got a really good chance to get it done, and Kyle Busch is a big threat and could win this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports? This, of course, is being driven by Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott at Auto Club had a very good run where he ended up finishing second and runner-up. Hendrick Motorsports has been historically really good at this track. He'll be looking to get Hendrick Motorsports' first win of the 2023 season in the 3rd race of the year and continue Chevy's really strong start to this season. Chase looks to have a good run. I think he'll be a factor for the overall victory this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 10 car for Stewart-Haas Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Eric Almirola. Now, Eric Almirola at Auto Club unfortunately had some major trouble and some major problems and fell back near the end of the race. Unfortunately, ended up crashing out as well. He looks to rebound this weekend, recover, and looks to have a very good, looking to have a really strong run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin had a great run at Auto Club this past weekend, finishing in the top 10, and that 11 car was pretty fast overall. Denny Hamlin has been historically pretty good at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Got a win at the track in the 2020 season, and looks to have a really good run once again and get his first win of the 2023 season. Looks to have a great run and get his first win since a little bit earlier in the year at the Coke 600. Up next, how about the 12 car for Team Penske? This, of course, being driven by Ryan Blaney. Now, Ryan Blaney, unfortunately, was involved in the big one that happened on one of the mid-race restarts that kind of took him out of contention for the race, and unfortunately, finishing multiple laps down around 27th or 28th position. Ryan Blaney's been pretty good at this track historically, and Team Penske's been fast, so I think Ryan Blaney's got a good shot to run well, and we might see Ryan Blaney have a good run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 14 car for Stewart-Haas Racing? This, of course, being driven by Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe, unfortunately, had a really bad run at Auto Club. He's lucky to finish 20th, considering that he was at 1.20 seconds behind, basically 20 seconds off the pace of a lot of drivers. That 14 car was just all over the place and struggling because of the over tightness and engine problems. Chase Briscoe looks to have a much better run this weekend and rebound after struggling race this past weekend at Auto Club. Up next, how about the 15 car for Rickwer Racing? This will be driven by J.J. Yeley this weekend. J.J. Yeley's coming off a 23rd place finish at Auto Club, so a pretty solid run, all things considered, for the Rickwer Racing driver. J.J. Yeley, I expect to have a pretty decent run. I think Rickwer really had a decent run this past weekend at Auto Club, and we'll be looking to give Rickwer Racing a good run this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Looks to have a strong run. Up next, how about the 16 car for Kaulig Racing? This, of course, being driven by AJ Allmendinger. Unfortunately, AJ Allmendinger, he unfortunately finished last after crashing into the inside wall around 40 to 45 laps into the NASCAR Cup Series race at Auto Club Speedway. AJ looks to rebound and recover. He did have a good run the last time we were here at Las Vegas, so that could definitely help him overall this weekend. We might say AJ run pretty good, and hopefully he can do that with the Kaulig Racing team. Up next, how about the 17 car for RFK Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher had a pretty good run this past weekend. Auto Club finishing at 11th position and almost finishing inside the top 10. Chris Buescher looks to have a great run and give RFK Racing continue a pretty solid start after a pretty solid Daytona 500 and a really, really good Auto Club. He looks to have a great run this weekend and give RFK a good performance boost and continue a strong start to the year for RFK Racing. Up next, how about the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This is, of course, being driven by Martin Truex Jr. Martin Truex Jr. had a great rebound, went 2 laps down to a tire coming off and a tire penalty, and rebounded to finish around 11th or 12th position, which is pretty good, all things considered. Martin Truex Jr. is going to be needing to have really good runs throughout the year because Joe Gibbs Racing has kind of struggled to start the year, but I think Martin Truex Jr. does have a good chance to have a good run, and we'll be looking to have a good run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell had a disastrous race this past weekend at Auto Club where he unfortunately finished near the back of the field. They were terrible. The pit crew was absolutely horrendous, and Christopher Bell just ran horrendously throughout the race and unfortunately fell out of the race after getting involved in the big one. Christopher Bell looks to recover and rebound, and we might be able to do that. We'll see what Christopher Bell can do, but he looks to rebound this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 21 car for the Wood Brothers? This, of course, being driven by Harrison Burton. Harrison Burton is coming off a 15th place finish at Auto Club, which is pretty solid, all things considered, for the Wood Brothers team. Wood Brothers team has been pretty solid at this track as well, so I think we might see Harrison Burton have a good run. Maybe we're going to start seeing Harrison Burton really show how good of a driver he really is, which I really think Harrison Burton is a pretty good driver overall. And we might see Harrison Burton have a good run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 22 car for Team Penske? This, of course, being driven by Joey Logano. Joey Logano is coming off finishing 10th at Auto Club Speedway and will be looking, of course, to win his first race of the 2023 season. Luckily for Joey Logano, he was really, really fast in both races to start the year, and he's also really great at this track throughout his career, and has gotten a couple wins at this track and won the last time we were here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so he looks to have a great run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 23 car for 2311 Racing? This, of course, is being driven by Bubba Wallace. Now, the last time we were here at Las Vegas, he got into Kyle Larson and nearly got into a fight with Kyle Larson. It pushed and shoved him and got suspended for a race at Homestead the next week. Bubba Wallace looks to rebound from that. He was pretty fast in both races, and I think Bubba could have a good car. I know the 2311 Racing wasn't really the greatest at Auto Club. They had engine problems and major motor problems, but we might see Bubba Wallace rebound and have a good run. Up next, how about the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports? This, of course, being driven by William Byron. Now, William Byron unfortunately finished in 25th position after the car kind of just fell back at Auto Club. He looks to rebound and recover, and this is a track where William Byron has run decent, but not great throughout his career. So William Byron looks to change that narrative going into this weekend, and he looks to go out there and win his first race of the 2023 season and win his first race since Martinsville in 2022. He looks to recover this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 31 car for Colin Racing? This, of course, being driven by Justin Haley. Now, Justin Haley's been hit or miss at this track throughout his career, and really throughout his NASCAR Cup Series career up to this point. But Justin Haley looks to have a really good run with the Colin Racing team, and we'll see what Justin Haley can do in the third race. They were not that fast this past weekend at Auto Club, so it does concern me just a little bit. Up next, how about the 34 car for Front Row Motorsports? This, of course, being driven by Michael McDowell. Now, Michael McDowell finished 19th this past weekend at Auto Club Speedway and looks to rebound and try to finish in the top 10 or the top 15. I think Michael McDowell is a pretty solid driver overall, and it seemed like the dirt mile and a half program last year was decent. So we'll see what Michael McDowell can do, and we'll see if he can have a good run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 38 car for Front Row Motorsports? This, of course, being driven by Todd Gillen. Todd Gillen's coming off of an 18th place finish, which is pretty good for the 38 car. Todd Gillen, I think, finished in the top 20 maybe in both races so far, which is pretty good for the front row driver. Now, Todd Gillen needs to continue this momentum because, remember, he will be running some races, Rick Ware Racing down the road. We're not too far from seeing him in a Rick Ware Racing car, but Todd Gillen will be looking to have a great run with the front row team this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 41 car for Stewart-Haas Racing? This, of course, being driven by Ryan Preece. Now, Ryan Preece, unfortunately, had a pretty bad race at Auto Club. Was running near the bottom of the top 20 barrel, and unfortunately got involved in that big wreck after the stack up on the restart. Ryan Preece looks to rebound, recover, and get a great run. He's been good in the Truck Series here, so maybe that experience in the Truck Series can really help out Ryan Preece this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 42 car for Legacy Motor Club? This, of course, being driven by Noah Gragson. Now, Noah Gragson, I believe, finished outside the top 20 this past weekend at Auto Club Speedway. But one thing Noah Gragson did is he actually led some laps, led a lap or two in the race at Auto Club. So that's pretty good. I don't think Noah Gragson is going to run that great, to be honest. I just don't really have high expectations for Noah Gragson going this weekend. But maybe he can prove me wrong, and he can run really good with the Legacy Motor Club team this weekend. Up next, how about the 43 car for Legacy Motor Club? This, of course, is being driven by Eric Jones. Eric Jones had a pretty disappointing run this past weekend at Auto Club. He ran near the back of the pack and didn't really have a great run, which is disappointing considering he was really good at Auto Club in 2022. Unfortunately, last year's spring race as well, he crashed near the end of the race, so he's looking to rebound in recovery. Hopefully he can do that, and we'll see what Eric Jones can do this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 45 car for 23XI Racing? This, of course, being driven by Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's Auto Club race, very disappointing. Ran near the top 15 a lot of the day before the big one, and then he got involved in the big one and got a lot of damage. He'll be looking to rebound and recover. He will be running the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, being one of only 2 Cup drivers this weekend, and is going to run the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. So Reddick looks to get a lot of experience, looks to run really, really good, and hopes to have a strong run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 47 car for JTG Doherty Racing? This is being driven by 2023 Daytona 500 winner, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has had a pretty solid start to the year, of course, winning the Daytona 500 and finishing a respectful 12th at Auto Club Speedway, and was running at points in the top 5 and top 10 throughout the day. I think Stenhouse could have another good run. GTG has seemed to be pretty good to start off the season. We'll see what Ricky Stenhouse Jr. could do, and we'll see if Stenhouse can have a great run this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports? This, of course, being driven by the defending winner of the spring race at this track, Alex Bowman. Now, Alex Bowman finished 8th, which is pretty good, and Bowman has seemed pretty fast to start off the year so far. Bowman will be looking to continue and do that and be looking to get his first win of the 2023 season. We'll see what Alex Bowman can do with the Hendrick Motorsports group, but he looks to have a great run, looks to be fast, and will be looking to win his first race of the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season. Up next, how about the 51 car for Rick Ware Racing? This, of course, being driven by Cody Ware. Now, Cody Ware had a really struggling race, to be honest, in the Cup race. I think he might have fallen out of the race, if I'm not mistaken, and just did not have any pace or any speed. Cody Ward needs a rebound this weekend and really needs a recovery weekend with the Ricker Racing team, considering the 15 car just seemed way better this past weekend than the 51 car. And remember, Cody Ward's car is on the 3rd year of the 3 years. Ward's could be in the bottom, so he's got to rebound and start recovering this weekend at Las Vegas. Up next, how about the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This course being driven by Rookie of the Year contender Ty Gibbs. Now, Ty Gibbs obviously won the spring race for the Xfinity Series race last year in 2022. We're looking to win his first career Cup Series race this weekend. I'm not really expecting him to do that this weekend, but Ty Gibbs could have a strong run, and maybe he'll have a really good run with the team this weekend at Las Vegas. He looks to have a great run with Joe Gibbs Racing. Up next, how about the 77 car for Spire Motorsports? This, of course, being driven by Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon, to start off this year, has struggled. He has finished outside the top 30 in both races to start this season and just really needs a big itch in the arm, a really big itch to try to go out there and run really, really well. He's going to make some Xfinity Series starts, of course, sometime down the road in the future, but Ty Dillon really, really struggled, and unfortunately, I think Ty Dillon will have another bad run this weekend with Spire. Up next, how about the 78 car for Live Fast Motorsports? This course being driven by BJ McLeod. Now, BJ McLeod this past weekend at Auto Club ran pretty solidly. Finished, I think, 24th in the race and was on the lead lap for 2/3 of the race and did have a pretty solid run overall. He looks to have a great run this weekend with the Live Fast Motorsports organization and continue to build some momentum and looks to try to have a good run this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And finally, driving the 99 car for Trackhouse Racing is Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez finished in the top 5 at Auto Club, ran very, very good, and looks to continue building that momentum that he's had to start off 2023 season. I think Suarez will have a good run. Trackhouse Racing's mile-and-a-half program, especially Ross Chastain, has been really good, and their intermediate program looked overall really, really good as well. So I think Daniel Suarez has a really good shot to do good, and I think he may have a really great run this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So anyways, that is going to be it for the 2023 South Point 400 entry list video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on to be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Link description below over that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your thoughts about the entry list for the 2023 South Point 400? Let me know in the comments below. Later today on the channel, we'll have the NASCAR Xfinity Series race picks video on the channel for the Xfinity Series race is going to take place at Las Vegas. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video in the middle of the afternoon, and then we'll also have the Kyle Busch videos. We're going to talk about how successful Kyle Busch can be this year. Then on Thursday, we'll have the Cup Series race picks video for the South Point 400, and then, of course, we will have the paint schemes. Then Friday, a news video. Then we'll also have the truck review. Saturday will be the Xfinity Series review and the starting lineup video for Cup. And then finally, we'll have the Cup race at Las Vegas on the channel and might have another preview video for that race as well. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.